Hey guys, this is John with CheatSheetPros.com, and today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the update to the player prop betting tab for NBA. So to give you my spiel real quick, we have two Facebook groups. We have a free group. I'll put the link in the description. And every Thursday I post these NBA cheat sheets that I do in my video. They're for free for people to play with, tinker, give us your feedback, what you like, what you don't like, some things we could add. And then our premium group also has a Facebook chat, and it's super cheap. It's $13 a month or $35 for 3 months, and we basically talk daily fantasy sports and sports betting all day. So I'm not going to go over too much on the NBA cheat sheet. I have other videos and tutorials for that, but today we're specifically going to look at this prop betting tab. So you can see these tabs on the sheet down here at the bottom. Whoops, I flipped that around. And so the one we're going to look at today is prop betting. So what is this tab good for? You can use this tab for individual player props, which is becoming more and more popular, and also for sites like Prize Picks, and even for an advanced DVP if you're playing fantasy sports and you want to dig really deep and look at blocks and steals and what teams allow, etc., etc. So I'm going to run over this. The reason I enhanced this tab is someone in our chat group mentioned Prize Picks, and I kind of blew it off at first. It's like, well, I don't have time to do it. Well, I started looking at it, and I got kind of addicted to playing on Prize Picks. So what it is you pick a number of fantasy players, and you can pick fantasy points over or under, and it's kind of like betting them. So, for example, you can pick 4 players and pick over or under, and if you hit all 4, it pays 10 to 1. And what interests me about that is in NBA Classic on DraftKings, you pick 8 players, and even if you get 7 of them right and you miss that one, you might get 2 extra money, 3 extra money. Heck, sometimes you might not even cash. The cash lines are so high. But on Prize Picks, you're not playing against a pool of other people. You're just playing against the house. And if you pick 4 right, you get 10 to 1 on your money. Now, they do have flex plays where if you get 3 right, you get a little less, and et cetera, et cetera. You can go to the website and check it out. But this kind of had me obsessed a little bit on it, because if you can hit 4 out of 4, 10 to 1, I mean, you've only got to win that, 1 in 9 times to be profitable. And then, of course, it goes down. You can pick 2, you can pick 3. I had one last night with Jason Tatum because Jaylen Brown was out, and Kawhi Leonard because Paul George was out, and I just picked both overs and hammered it, and it pays 3 to 1 to hit both. And Tatum, he flew over, and then when I woke up this morning, I saw Kawhi missed by 0.3 points, so I was a little pissed. But anyways, let's take a look at this tab. All right, so the only thing you do on this tab here is you put in the player name in this box right here in B8, and that's it. That's all you got to do. The only other editable field is over here. You can put in a team abbreviation, and the abbreviations are here if you need to see which one it is. And when you put it, it's going to show the individual team stats, what they're allowing. So you can look at a different team. If you put in a player name here, what it's going to do, it's going to grab Golden State, the opponent, and it's going to show the defensive stats here. And then I put a little stat column here in the middle with just the player projected minutes, their average minutes over the last 5 games. It's a good comparison tool. Their usage rate, fantasy points per minute last 5, the Vegas spread, and the Vegas team total. So just some tidbits for you. Now, specifically for Prize Picks over here, I put the scoring so people can see what it is. It's basically 1 point for a real life point. Rebounds are 1.2. 1.5, 3, 3, and -1. The biggest difference between DraftKings and Prize Picks is you don't get a half a point bonus for a 3-point shot made, and you don't get the double-double, triple-double bonuses. So it's basically just raw scoring with these numbers. So what I did for the player you put in this box, and some names, I put a note here, they might not line up yet because they have these tildes and crazy stuff. I'm still working on getting those fixed. But for this player that we put in, you can see season-wise what they average, and then the last 15 games what they average. And I put like points are worth 1, so I put the points. I put them all in order right here with what they're averaging. And then I put in the average minutes for the season, average minutes for the last 15. And then I just did a little rough calculation for what this would be on average in Prize Picks points. That's kind of rough to say. So Prize Pick points. So Luka is averaging 53 prize picks points on the season per game, and over the last 15, he's averaging 51.2. So these are key numbers you can go back and compare to the website. I can't grab anything off of it because it's not user-friendly, so it's something you got to type in and look at if you are playing on there. So if we break this down by prize pick points per minute, he's averaging 1.52 prize pick points per minute on the season and 1.48 over the last 15 games. Next thing we want to know is projected minutes. He's projected to play 36 minutes. So if you take that by a season, it's going to put him about 55 points. The last 15 games, it's going to put him, his last 15 average is going to put him about 53 points. So 53 to 55 points is kind of where you can look for Luka. And I believe his total is like 50, 51. So this is one, we would probably lean with an over. Now to dig in a little further, you can look at the defensive stats that Golden State are allowing in this box. And this box is autofills based on the opponent that's pulled up here. And you can see what they're allowing in real life points to each position, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals, turnovers. And then in terms of prize pick points, I went ahead and calculated out. So Golden State to point guards are averaging 43.9 prize pick points to the point guard position. Shooting guard, 33.9. Small forward, 50.8. And then I broke it down into like a per minute. So in our chat and a lot of my cheat sheets, I talk about fantasy points per minute and then calculating minutes to come up with the projection. And minutes are really the key. And so this is just the fantasy point prize pick per minute. Wow, that's a tongue twister. So you can see here, so to power forwards, they're averaging 1.2. To point guards, it's 0.92, but he's playing at a 1.48 level. So use that with a grain of salt. I'm still working on a kind of a different calculation to either pull this up or pull this down. But you can see what they're allowing so you can kind of figure out which positions to target. Now, if you want to compare it to a different team, this box over here, I wanted to do a separate one. You can put it in this box. So let's say we want to look at Dallas just to get a comparison. So put in the abbreviation, and it's going to show us the stats allowed that Dallas is allowing to all these other positions, teams, points. So you can kind of see which position is grabbing the most points from Dallas. So here you can see it's basically your guards, your small forward, and they really don't give a lot of real life points to centers, but then they give a ton of rebounds. So that kind of gives you a little bit of a breakdown. Now, what's really fun if you want to get into some advanced stats, I went ahead and pulled this down here, this whole table, and it should be sortable. So these are the teams, obviously, and this is what they are allowing. So you would want to find out the opponent and look them up here. So right now I've sorted this by points allowed per game, and you can see the note up here. This is for the last 10 games, what they're allowing. So Brooklyn's allowing 125 points per game over the last 10, but Memphis is only allowing 97. And then I went ahead and I put the ranking in here, and then the top 7 are green, the bottom 7 are blue, and then we got just kind of a default dull brown for the middle. But I did it for points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, turnovers, three-pointers made. Three-pointers made is a fun prop that a lot of sports books offer. And then we also did field goal percentage, and then we did the rankings so you can see which teams are giving up a high field goal percentage. And so this is for the team total. And then you can even look at the individual teams. So say Brooklyn here, you see these stats, and you're like, oh, they're giving up a ton of points. Let's look into that a little further. Then you come up here, you type in their abbreviation. Now you can see the individual positions, like what they're allowing for points, where these points are going, et cetera, et cetera. So you can see they're allowing a ton of points. They really don't give up that many rebounds, but they are giving up... well, you can see all the stats on here. I'll keep this video short, but this is kind of fun to go through if you're looking at like steals and blocks or something that's huge for prize picks because they're worth 3 points apiece. So you can see Atlanta's giving up the most steals per game, and then Sacramento, Phoenix. And then if you come over here and you look at blocks, sort of high to low, Minnesota gives up the most blocks per game at 7.6. And then it's Cleveland, Detroit, Milwaukee, et cetera, et cetera. So just something to look at. It's fun to play with. It'll be on the, so this is on the cheat sheet that I posted this morning, and then I'm making this video and I'm going to throw it up here if you want to go back and refresh it for when I do the late afternoon update. So I hope this helps. If you guys see anything else you want me to put in the sheet, let me know. I'll probably tweak a little bit of things in here over the next week or so. But anyways, I hope you guys like it, and if you make some money, let me know exactly how you used it, and I'm happy to share with others, make a video, and hopefully we make some money. Good luck, guys.